Hello, everybody. I'm meteorologist Hutch Johnson joining you on a very soggy day across the valley. Some stubborn rain continues in the Devil's Lake Basin. Where is it going? What can you expect if you have outdoor plans tonight? We'll have your hour-by-hour forecast, a look at the radar. We'll talk about how much more rain is coming. That's all next. Join me. Hutch's Weather starts now.
A Hutch's Weather Update with Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson. Brought to you by Robert Gibb and Sons.
All right, thanks so much to my sponsors, and thanks to you for joining me on Hutch's Weather. As is always the case, make sure you drop me a comment. Let me know what you're noticing out in your area. And we can see on the radar here, the very heavy band of rain continues to swirl right over the Devil's Lake Basin. This has been going on for a long time. We're going to look at the rainfall now. We're going to look at the rainfall estimates by Doppler radar, and we'll go ahead and take a look at what's going on with reports of rain from across the region on different platforms. And we'll go ahead and start with the latest radar right now. Now, if you're in Carrington, you're just starting to see some of this rain shower activity swirl its way through. Now, many folks are wanting to get outdoors and head out in the FM area. What's going on? We have gray skies and passing clouds and brief areas of passing showers. If you happen to be heading out to West Fargo tonight for the car show, plan on some passing sprinkles at times as well. And some isolated showers out in parts of northwest and western Minnesota is all we're seeing right now. Nothing too widespread, just hit and miss nonsense out there. And I've had a few photos shared and uploaded on Hutch's Weather saying and showing that those clouds are dark and ominous looking. We're not expecting widespread severe weather tonight, but things are a little bit on the interesting side. Now, let's take a look at what we have going on with regards to the rainfall estimates by Doppler radar. So I'll switch this up and we'll take a look at the rainfall reports so far, or estimates by Doppler radar. It's a great tool for helping to kind of find an idea of how much rain is falling. Scan after scan after scan, the radar will kind of keep track of how intense the rainfall was. Now, when we take a bird's eye view from our region, you can see the Mayville radar capturing some brighter colors in and around Grand Forks, where reports of 3 to 5 inches of rain have come in. And take a look at this, southeast North Dakota, not far from the Gwinner area, not far from Oaks, and looking into southern Stutzman County, a very heavy band of showers has worked its way through those areas. What do all these colors mean? Look at my crosshairs here, and it's picking up an area here on Highway 2, not far from northern Polk County, where, well, maybe upwards of 5 to 8/10 of an inch of rain has fallen. But look at Grand Forks, and particularly from Thompson, where we see the yellow shades here, 2 inches of rain estimated by Doppler radar there. As we sneak closer to town, look at this, just south of town, 2.75 inches of rain estimated there. And out towards the Fisher area, where we see the dark blue colors, 1.34 inches. So heavy amounts of rain falling in these areas. Northern parts of Polk County, northwestern Polk County, close to 3 inches of estimated rainfall there. I'll share some pictures that confirm some of these rainfall estimates as well. Look at Devil's Lake, where these showers have been stuck for the better part of the afternoon today. So from Lakota here, we got 1.98 inches near Crary, Fort Totten, south towards Cheyenne, over 2 inches of estimated rainfall in these areas. Stutzman County also. Look at the little orange hues in this. That's 3-inch totals south of the Medina and Cleveland area. And south of Steele in Kidder County, almost 3 inches of rainfall there. How about Ellendale, Oaks, and Lemoore? Look at this red area here, 3.75 inches of rain. This is just to the south and west of Lemoore. Let me measure that for you so we can get really detailed about where the radar is estimating this. And then if you have a report to share from that area, you can see it's only about, let's see, as the crow flies 5 miles to the southwest of you folks in Lemoore. That's where that heavy pocket of wetness was as we worked our way through the afternoon. Now, the rain showers in Fargo have come and gone from time to time, the heaviest on the west side of town, where people in West Fargo and North Fargo were reporting upwards of 3 inches of rain in their rain gauges today. Thank you for uploading pictures. If you want to know where you can do that, you go to hutchesweather.com and you'll find the latest on those pictures. So where is all this rain going and what time will it be there? Let's take a look at the latest model, and then we'll look at some photos that you've shared with me here on Hutch's Weather. This forecast, by the way, is an hourly updated model, and it is showing the spotty nature of showers and storms that may develop as we look into the areas in and around parts of western Minnesota. More widespread heavy rain here near the Devil's Lake Basin. So let me go ahead and load this up and we'll loop it through so you can get an hour by hour depiction of what to expect this evening as these clouds and showers will pass their way through. We'll turn the clock on up here for you as we cross out of the 4 o'clock hour and into the 5 o'clock hour. Hit and miss showers of storms across western and greater Minnesota. Now, we're supposed to see an exit of the showers out of the Devil's Lake Basin into the Highway 200 corridor here. So if you are in Cooperstown, Carrington, New Rockford, the heavier batch of showers is working their way through that area. If you happen to be heading out to the big West Fargo car show tonight, passing showers is all we're going to experience. Then there'll be some periods of dry in between, but it's going to be fairly persistent through the evening hours. The best chance of anything heavier making its way into the FM area will be in the overnight hours here, midnight to around 4 in the morning. And then does it clear out? Look at this. Yeah, it becomes much more spotty in nature. The aerial coverage diminishes with regards to how much rain will fall. I'm going to take you to a look at the rainfall estimates, rainfall forecast from this particular model. And this I like to not say forecast, but I like to say potential. So total precipitation on this particular model looks like this. Let me make sure I'm on the last frame here. So this is ending by 9 a.m. on the 16th. That's your Friday morning out there, and check it out. Let's turn on the crosshairs here. The Devil's Lake Basin, an additional 2 inches of rain will be moving through parts of Benson County, Ramsey County, and moving south through Eddy and Foster counties. Wells County will stand to see a little bit of additional rainfall out there near Harvey, but not nearly as much as northern and eastern reaches of Stutzman County. How about the Fargo-Moorhead area? If you're here in Clay and Cass County, the heaviest of the rain looks to be falling to the west of the Red River Valley. Fergus Falls, Becker County, a few tenths of an inch of additional rainfall, unless you're under one of those wild and woolly gusty little thunder showers that are popping up. Under those little rain drenchers, you're going to see some soggy, groggy conditions. Upwards of 2 inches of rain from those. No, it may not fall in the extreme northwestern reach of Clearwater County there, but wherever those little thunder showers set up, over an inch will be possible for a few of you. That is a look at the forecast with regards to the rainfall. Let me show you some measurements of rain that have fallen. We'll take a look at this as I'm loading it up right now in real time so I can get the absolute most up-to-date numbers for you right now. And here we go. So let me pull this one up and we'll open it. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at the rainfall measurements from the North Dakota Agricultural Weather Network. This is an awesome network of instruments across the state of North Dakota. It reaches into parts of Montana as well. Now take a look. Let me see. I think I've got the wrong screen. Here we go. As we take a look at the rainfall measurements, this is what fell in the rain gauges. Flooding rains 3 to 8 inches reported out in the central part of the Dakotas. Look at Burleigh County, 3.26 inches. Here it is. This is Lisbon area, 2.92 inches there. And as we look at the FM area, 1.42 is what Hutch had in his rain gauge here in South Moorhead. There's 1.7 in Fargo, measured by the North Dakota Agricultural Weather Network. Upwards of 2 inches, though, in parts of Clay and Cass counties fell in the last week, most of it in the last 24 to 36 hours. Look at the frog strangling rain that fell out in Grand Forks, 3.7 inches of wet goodness out there. This definitely slowed down the harvest, by the way, so it's going to be a little while before that grain gets back to a drier state for all of you producers out there. Thinking of you, it does look like there is some light at the end of the tunnel in the extended forecast. But for now, this is what we're looking like. Let me see if I've got any questions and comments from you. Thanks, Tracy. Appreciate watching you. Susie says, Uffda, not getting rain in Mesa, Arizona. Yeah. Boy, it's been hot and dry in that neck of the woods, huh, Susie? Assuming by 7, it will be in Fargo. Justin, let me go over this one more time for you as we are talking about models being different. But for this, I'm going to do what Hutch calls, wait for it, nowcasting. We're going to forecast right now because no model does a perfect job every time of forecasting when the rain gets to Fargo. Most models are showing a late night after dinner hour arrival of that main event up in the Devil's Lake Basin. It may or may not get down here at all. We don't know. John Johnson, thank you so much for sharing stars. Appreciate all of you for sharing stars. But NOWCASting is taking the radar now and looking at the trend and seeing what we can diagnose from that. Let's do it. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to turn on the radar. We're going to look at the local radar, and we're going to pull it up here and shazam. There it is. Now, these showers, these little white lines here, I can query them or look at them and ask, hey, how fast are they moving on average? And the upper level winds are pushing these basically from the north to the south at about 30 miles per hour. So that's the general movement. And there is some wrapping around of the winds. So this line of showers will drift into the southern Red River Valley here. So if I take out Hutch's trusty pen, don't grade me on penmanship. That's not my strong point. But this is the area that these showers will be drifting as we go through. The main event's nowhere close to us, and it's been stuck here for the last several hours. Justin, here's what you need to know. If we zoom into the Fargo area, we're going to see that we just have a few passing showers. So yes, the car is going to get wet this evening in the FM area. Then there's this leading line here. Is it moving towards us? Here's the last hour. Twiddle thumbs, watch. Nope. That main line is really staying put right here. And then everything that drifts past that main line kind of becomes more spotty in nature. However, models are showing the main event right here where we have all of the yellows. See how they're kind of shutting off, moving into Jamestown shortly. So Jamestown, it's a good bet that these showers will be moving in towards your area. They're 12 miles away, moving at 30 miles per hour. That puts them here in about a third of an hour. So that's 20 minutes away or less with the leading edge of sprinkles, we'll say. Now, as a rule, Hutch wants you to know this. Another Hutch wants you to know, right? It's learning meteorology. This is showing us raindrops at cloud level. It doesn't mean it's raining on the ground. So sometimes you're looking at Hutch's radar and you're going, it shows green over my town here in Buchanan, but it isn't raining. Well, those raindrops are at cloud level. We don't know what's falling below the cloud level because the radar does not show us that. The radar beam goes up like this. So keep that in mind. But where we see the yellows, oranges, and reds, it's more likely that some of those heavier precipitation size drops are making their way down. So about 15 to 25 minutes, these showers will be moving into the James River Valley. Now, here's that main leading edge right here. See it? Griggs County right here, north of you in Cooperstown. How far is that from Fargo? So this is when our best chance at soaking showers will get to Fargo. These puppies are how far away? Oh, I think I turned off my little measuring tool. Let me turn that back on. I can't see it. There it is. Okay. All right. Leading edge. Hutch is measuring right now. Thanks for your patience. It's 70 miles away. 70 miles. It's moving at about 30 miles per hour to the south and a little bit slower to the west. We'll call it over 2 hours away, but probably closer to 3 hours away. So the main line, the main event, doesn't get here for about 3 more hours. So we're pushing 5 o'clock. At 8 o'clock tonight will be an increased chance of rain making its way into Fargo. That's Hutch's Nowcast. You heard it here first. Now we're going to get sprinkles beforehand, so don't count those, but the main event will be pushing its way into our neck of the woods. So that's a look at your forecast for right now. We do have some warmer weather in store, and for that, we're going to go to the trusty, handy-dandy European model to get you the details you need to know on the extended forecast. And this model, again, as I always say with any forecast model, not a forecast, it's guidance, model guidance. It's a look ahead. Now, here's our storm system working its way into Wisconsin, but the rain showers continue into Friday. Soggy for Minnesota on Friday. Saturday, the rain finally exits, and it stays exited, and it's out of the area through Sunday, through Monday, and then Monday night late, we might have a little hiccup move through right there into Tuesday. That's it. Then it looks quieter. Look at this. High pressure over the northern plains keeps us quiet all the way through the weekend, on the following weekend into the 25th. So by and large, it does look like the warmth returns with 80s by the time we get into the second half of the weekend and early next week. So that is your forecast, and I'm sticking to it. My name is Hutch Johnson. You're watching Hutch's Weather. And I do want to point out this too. As I put up these rainfall amounts here, we'll go ahead and discuss a couple of other fun things. I always like getting out in the community and shaking hands with you. And I want to let you know about an event you can find out more details on here shortly. But don't miss out on a hot offer from my friends at Gate City Bank. I'll be there at the Village West location Thursday. That's on August 22nd. So next Thursday, I'm there from 1 to 3. They have a big event going on, and it's a one-day event. You can find out more at gatecity.bank/100. I'll say that one again. gatecity.bank/100. Hope to see you there, and I hope to see you back for my evening update when we'll go over more details on the extended forecast. The 80s are set to return as we go through the weekend, but rainy weather continues for many of us through tomorrow. How much more rain are we talking about? Here's a quick look at that as we exit. And again, some of this has already fallen in the Devil's Lake Basin. 1 to 2 inches of rain in this little area, moving down to Fargo, and then it kind of falls apart here at the state line and in the Red River Valley. This is the area where we still could see upwards of an inch from this batch moving out of the Devil's Lake Basin, some of us getting upwards of 2 inches. And those little lollipop pop-up thunderstorms out in Minnesota, most of us won't see much of anything, but a few of us could get a good solid inch of rain out of those stubborn little drippy things. That's a look at your forecast. I'm meteorologist Hutch Johnson. I'll share a look at some of the photos that you've uploaded on Hutch's Weather and hutchesweather.com. You can get the very latest anytime. I invite you to visit the site frequently right here. Whoops, let me see. Where is it? It should be right there. Nope, it's right here. There we go. I clicked on the wrong clicker. Here we go. Right now, it's showing you that I'm broadcasting live. So, Uffda, it's wet out there. Here's some photos that you've shared. Look at the rainfall. This is Hillsboro. Thank you so much, Mary, for your report. Look at that. Nearly 2 inches of rain as of 3:45. Thank you for your report. This is how you do weather, right? Melissa sharing the Foston skies. Remember, in Minnesota, there's them dark clouds popping up. They look ominous, right? Melissa, thank you. Possible funnel, they say, out there. And I'm checking in on the National Weather Service's mentions here, and I'm not seeing anything there. Let me look at this. I'm looking closely. And we see this little lowering of the cloud base. That may or may not be a wall cloud. There is spin in the atmosphere because we have this low pressure system rotating its way through. And if we look at these little hanging fingers at the base of the cloud, they're certainly dark. And over behind this house, that's where it's the lowest and the most ominous. So Melissa says, near Cornerstone Nursing in the Foston area, there are some mighty dark clouds. Thanks for sharing so much, Melissa. A lot of you sharing more photos of the awesome Northern Lights events of the past weekend. And here's Grand Forks. Are you kidding me? Look at these frogs are gasping for air and oxygen because it's over 4 inches and not quite 5 inches of rain. Danny shared that. Those frogs. Well, good thing frogs like a little bit of wet and a little bit of dry, right? And as we take a look at the butterfly rain gauge here, thanks, Bill. This is Rendezvous Park out there in West Fargo. Over 3.5 inches of rain, looks like 3.6 to Hutch's eyeballs. Thanks for your reports. One more to pass along. And if you have a rain gauge, take a picture, measure it. Remember, Hutch had 1.43 here in South Moorhead. Terry in West Fargo looks like nearly 2.5, maybe 2.3 some inches of rain in that particular rain gauge. All right, I am meteorologist Hutch Johnson. I invite you to drop comments right here about Hutch's Weather and hutchesweather.com. If you have ideas, pass them along to Hutch. Otherwise, check back in a little bit later. We'll have your forecast right here. And you can always get the latest no matter where you are, whenever you're there. If you have your device with you, you can just go to hutchesweather.com and get my latest video. Raining most of the day in Candu. Rebecca, I'd wonder how much has fallen there. Looking at those radar estimates, though, it's upwards of 1 to 2 inches of rain in that area, just a steady flow. Trev says, hey, Hutch, how's Kindred looking? I'm going to have to shelter my duck and geese for the evening. Yep, the ducks and the geese, they'll definitely, they're a little, they like rain, so they'll be happy ducks and geeses. The gooses are on the looses. Meteorologist Hutch Johnson checking out. Thanks for watching. We'll check in with you again a little bit later.